What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Welcome back to the channel. And on today's episode, we are going to talk about the recommended fluids for the Chevy Avalanche. This one is the Chevy specifically because I did go through the owner's manual. I do know some of you guys don't even read your owner's manual, but I found a few things that were pretty interesting, and we're going to go through everything right now. So the first thing that we're going to go through, and this is all from the Chevy manual. I wrote it down in my book so I can jot down my little notes, but this comes strictly from the owner's manual. So this is what I'm quoting, and I'll leave a link in the description where you can find the online manual yourself so you can look up anything that you need to find out. But what I will do is make a little series of all the important things that you need to know so you can find it easy on my videos. So let's just get started anyway, and we're going to jump right into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the engine oil. Now, from the owner's manual itself, it says whatever meets the GM standard and displays the American Petroleum Institute certified for gasoline engines. So basically, I use Castrol 5W30 full synthetic, and I buy an AC Delco filter to put into my Avalanche. I get all of this from Walmart. It's pretty inexpensive, and it does the job. So next on our list, we are going to go to the coolant. Basically, what the owner's manual has said is that this truck takes Dex-Cool coolant. Even on the little cap, it says Dex-Cool only. So you can find that at any store that sells Dex-Cool. Going down in the list, hydraulic brakes. It says that this uses Delco Supreme 2 brake fluid or .3 brake fluid. I've never heard of Delco Supreme, so I believe it's a Chevy made or AC Delco made type of fluid, but I definitely use the .3 fluid that I find at any store. Usually, I think they make a synthetic version, so that's the one that I use. But yeah, mostly the .3. After that, apparently windshield washer has their own type. It's a GM OptiClean washer solution. I just go and get the windshield washer from Walmart. It works just the same. You guys have to realize that the dealership is going to try to sell you whatever they can and just slap their label on it. But you can get away with certain things like the washer fluid and the brake fluid. Next, we go on to power steering, which is GM power steering fluid. And all these part numbers I'm going to list on top of the screen right above my head so you'll see it, and in my description below so you can find it yourself. But like I said, I usually go with Prestone power steering fluid. Works for me. That's what I go with, but I'm just reading you what the manufacturer recommends. So next on the list is key lock cylinder, which I bet a lot of you guys didn't know, which is something interesting because I didn't know either. They have something called Super Lube, and there's a part number for that. I will link that in the description below as well, or above my head. Chassis lube. There's chassis lube. Whatever meets requirements NLGI number 2. There was a whole bunch of numbers on this one, but yeah, there's something called chassis lube, so I'll link that in the description. Front axle, it takes 80W90 axle lubricant. There's a part number for that. I'll list that. I forgot which one I used. I think it was Royal Purple or something like that. I don't really remember off the top of my head, but I made sure that it was 80W90 synthetic. We got the rear axle, which is 75W90. There's a part number for that. It'll be listed in the description below. Transfer case, it takes AutoTrack 2 fluid. I did have that fluid in my description. I got that. I forgot which store I bought it from, but they had the AutoTrack 2. I'll list that in the description below as well. Front axle prop shaft spline. There is something called spline lube. There's a part number for that. That'll be listed. Hood hinges. There is multi-purpose grease super lube. The part number for that. Outer tailgate, the handle pivot points, super lube. Part number for that, which is the same part number, I believe. Yeah, same part number for the hood hinges. Weather strip conditioning. So they actually sell something to condition your weather strips. It's dielectric silicone grease. Or I'll just put in the part number for what they recommend, which is the same thing, dielectric silicone grease. And finally, well, it says the same thing here. Or they use... Okay, so for the weather strip, you can either use the dielectric silicone grease or the synthetic grease with Teflon Super Lube. I'll leave that link in the description as well. So far, this was everything that I found that had to do with all the fluids, whatever they recommend to lube, liquidate anything in the truck. Apparently, there was some stuff that I didn't even know we had it to do, such as the key lock cylinder, weather strips, the outer tailgates, the hood hinges. There was a bunch of stuff that I didn't know, but everything will be listed in the description below for you guys. You will see the part number above my head, right above here. And yeah, that's all. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this really quick, super fast video. I do have projects coming up for you guys, so don't worry about that. But let me know if you enjoyed this. I'll make mini series of basically reading what the owner's manual says, so you guys can actually find it quicker on YouTube. And I will link in the description below the actual owner's manual where I found it online, so you can have it for reference for yourself. So with that being said, guys, peace out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Be hygienic and wash your hands. Peace.